It just means that you're special. You're one of a kind. One of a kind.
Hello! Is it working? Is it live? Okay, I think we're good. Okay. I'm not sure if I did it right. I think I did. Little boy. Yes. Vader says hello. hello, Yardla. Good morning. So, hello to everybody currently watching, as well as those of you in the future who will be watching. I really wanted to do a video this week. I wanted to record and edit and upload a video, but I don't have enough time, so I thought I can at least take an hour and do a live stream because it involves no editing after the fact. And yeah, we'll just draw. We'll just hang out and draw today. I might be painting a little bit here and there, kind of like this, but nothing like too elaborate because I want to focus on drawing. I want to do some studies. Anyways, hello. Good morning. Happy Friday. These are a couple drawings that are going to be in the upcoming rock painting and drawing tutorial. So I've been working like non-stop on that for the last 2.5 weeks. This is something completely different and super random. This is a draw this in your style, except it's called Draw This in Your House, and it's by an artist that I really love. I'm gonna post it later today on my illustration Instagram. So if you're interested in that, keep your eye out later. But yeah, I want to finish this sketchbook like within the next couple of weeks because first of all, I'm not a huge fan of the sketchbook, and I just want to I can't have a sketchbook sitting there unfinished. I just want to finish it and put it away. And do you guys ever get like that with your sketchbooks? Or if you don't like it, do you just like put it away and don't ever look at it again? Does it bother you if it's unfinished? I can't stand it, honestly. Especially plein air paintings. Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's actually been a little bit nicer the last few days, so I might be able to get out and do some painting in the forest this weekend. Alright, hopefully you guys can see okay. I'm gonna be drawing with my blue pencil to start off. I might actually brighten that a little bit. Oh wait, no, I can do it here. Not sure if that's working. Hopefully that's okay. Painting in the forest sounds fun. Yes, it is so beautiful. The problem is the last 3 times that I packed up my stuff and went out to draw or paint in the forest, it started pouring, or like it was a crazy windstorm, and it just is like, what? When I'm like on Mondays I stream for a longer time on Twitch, 4 hours or longer, and the last few streams it's been gorgeous out, and I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna paint later outside or paint tomorrow outside. Pours out. Windstorm. Like, it's always something dry to sit on. Well, I don't mind a little bit of mist, but if it's really coming down and it's windy, it doesn't matter if you're under something because the wind will push the rain onto you and all over your sketchbook, and it's just not good. Oh no, I need to use my other So this has a different type of blue lead in it than this one. They're both blue leads. This one doesn't break as easily. This one is very thin. It's 0.5 millimeter. This one is 0.7. So as much as I love this lead, I have been using this one more often. Hopefully, here we go. And actually this one erases a little bit better, so. Too much of that wind and rain. I mean, I like it on one hand. Why are you fussing with me? It's because it's the end of the lead. There we go. What has everyone been up to lately? I feel like it's been so long since I've talked to a lot of you guys, and I've been trying to post, like, I don't know what they're called on YouTube. It just says post. But like the little story update things, and I've been trying to ask, hey, what do you guys want for the next video? And I get quite a few responses, which is really cool. So I asked if you guys wanted a drawing video, and a lot of people said yes. So this is the closest I can do right now. Hopefully I'll be able to do another video next week. Actually, it will have to be the week after, because next Friday is the release date of my new tutorial. So it's like everything, all my energy is going into that until next Friday. Can we watch this later? Too late to go to... Yes, you can. You can watch this live stream as a replay. So if you have to go, don't worry about it. You can always come back. It's gonna be a replay on my channel. It'll just appear as the most recent it'll appear as the most recent video on my channel until I post another one. I've actually been talking about this tutorial much more on my Twitch stream, but in case nobody knows what it is over here, it's a comprehensive landscape drawing and painting series. So it's going to cover everything like rocks, trees, plants, elements such as water and different types of sun situations. But it's all going to be like, right now I'm working on the rock tutorial, which will be its own, and then the next one will be trees. So the rock one is about 2 hours, I think. And it's all broken down into different chapters like pebbles, boulders, coastal scenes, mountains. And I currently have a friend of mine testing it, watching it, and she's gonna tell me if it's good or not, or if I have, you know, if I missed anything, or if I need to update something. So then it'll be released next Friday. And I'm so excited. It's the first time I've ever done this, you guys. I've done lots of little tutorials here and there, but this is like a massive undertaking for me. Good night, Kuka. Hi, Tony. Yeah, so it's a pretty big deal for me, and it's gonna be both on Skillshare as well as Gumroad. I know this sketch is really light still, but once I get like my base layout, then I'll come back in and I'll darken things, and we'll get into the good stuff. And this is my reference photo, just FYI. It's a little scene with rocks and water and growies around it, but I'm going to be doing a value study, not a color study. Hope everyone has been keeping well and staying safe and healthy. staying home, I assume. I'm actually really curious who has been finding new artists and new content to watch. Since we're all stuck at home, it's like we gotta find entertainment somewhere, right? So if you want to share with me any names of new channels you follow or artists that you found, I would love to hear them, because I've been doing the same. Hey Mepaz, how are you? Hi Digital. Oh, are you okay? Again, you've been studying music theory since you got up. Ooh. Are you doing a course of some kind, or is it self-study somewhere? YouTube, but thinking about using Skillshare. I've seen quite a bit on Skillshare about music. I've never looked into it, but that's good that you're using this time to learn stuff, to grow your skills. Chair is so squeaky. I need to make chat bigger. I blind. There we go. Now I can read you guys. Came home from a grocery run. Lots of time to draw and paint. Gonna fill the sketchbooks up quickly, yeah. I've been doing pretty well with my sketchbooks, like moving quite steadily along. Partially because of this tutorial I've been working on. I've been using lots of pages, but also I've just been, I don't know, doodling a lot more too. How to structure an album. Oh, interesting. Hi Corvulus, good morning. What I'm gonna use, I can't decide if I want to use my colored pencils or just my graphite. let you guys vote. Should I use my colored pencils today or just go with a simple graphite study, which is, you know, pencil? Either way, it's gonna stay pretty monochrome. Hello, Mohed. I just started the stream, like, I don't know, not very long ago. Graphite? Vote for graphite? You've been into it. I don't have my where are my fancy pencils? I recently saw them. Oh, by the way, you guys might notice that I'm like, this is a different setup than last time I streamed because we completely moved this whole room around. So my studio, which shares the living room, is on the opposite side of the room, and now I can't remember where I put certain things. I think it's upstairs, my box of supplies, my extra box of supplies. But I have plenty of stuff in here I can use. Let's see. I have my tiny pencil. That's a good backup. Oh, I have a, what is this? 2B and a 4B. Those will be fine. We'll just use those. Make them nice and sharp. This one's going to be interesting to work with. I'm not sure which one this is. I think it's a 2B, so I might not even need that one because I have 2B and 4B here. So I'll finish the blue pencil sketch, which is my under sketch. I love using my blue lead for the under sketch. Let's see, where was I? Oh, I don't think I mentioned to anyone yet, but I guess Wolfie, after today, is officially on furlough, which means he's home from work for the next 3 weeks. And then he goes back, I think, takes someone else's place. And I was laughing because last night I noticed that the Final Fantasy VII Remake is coming out. It came out last night at midnight, so it's out today. And I was like, oh, how convenient for you. Because it's like one of his all-time favorite games. But yesterday we went on a walk and he was talking about how a lot of people he knows are using this time where they're stuck at home to learn new skills or try something new. And he was like, I don't know, what should I try? And I was like, literally anything. First you have to figure out what you're passionate about. Like find something you're really interested in and then go from there. And he's always wanted to make his own cartoon. And even when we first met, he told me about it. And he's never taken the time to learn how to draw more than like really, really basic stuff. And he hasn't really written it down either. And I was like, okay, so for the next 3 weeks, you could use this time to write the whole thing, or at least start the writing. Because eventually you'll need a script someone needs to animate from a script. And so I think he might do some of that, which will be interesting. And of course he like fully expects me to be the one to illustrate or animate it. And I'm like, no, dude, I cannot sit down and just animate a cartoon like it's nothing. That is a freaking full-time job. It's kind of like a slice of life cartoon, based on him. He grew up with a lot of musicians and used to spend every day, every night at this local recording studio, and it's just called The Studio. And I think that's what he wants his cartoon to be called. So, and like there's so many funny characters, like they're real people in real life, but he can easily turn them into characters. So I can see how it could be really good and really funny, but he's getting so far ahead of himself. I'm like, you have to sit down, you have to start from the very beginning. You have to start writing it. You have to, describe all the characters, attack it in manageable pieces instead of, expecting it to be just completed immediately. So we'll see if that turns into anything. Make walkthrough videos of Final Fantasy and upload them to YouTube. I don't know. I don't know if he'd be into that. I'm sure there are already people doing that. We'll start with the 2B pencil. This time I'm going to be smart and I'm going to start with the left side, because the other day I was drawing and I started over here and I was working this way and I just like smeared graphite everywhere. Like such a noob mistake. Something that I want to do for my YouTube channel in the future is to do these live streams. Maybe they'd only be an hour or two long, but during the live stream, I'll be drawing or painting or something, and I'll be chatting with another artist, almost like a live interview style, but like it'll be just audio. So I'll have them call me on some platform like Discord or something, and we'll just talk to each other about art and life and art business, and yeah, just you know, we could answer questions in chat and stuff, but I thought that would be really fun. Because I like these chill videos where we're just kind of hanging out and chatting, but I also like watching YouTube videos where there are two artists talking. Hello, Woosie! This is cold press paper. It's my Moleskine sketchbook, watercolor sketchbook they call it, or watercolor album. So you can still see a lot of the texture showing through, especially if I zoom way in. You can see all that texture. Hello, Gino. Hi, Steven. Oops, just found this. The only place I've posted this that I'm live is in my Discord chat, so I don't blame you for missing it. Although, I guess if you're subscribed to me on YouTube, it would show up in your feed. Are you switching to Twitch after? No, after this, I'm going to be continuing on with my tutorial, working on the tutorial. So the reason I've been so inactive lately on here on YouTube and Twitch is because I've been working on this massive tutorial series, and it's like literally 8 hours or more a day is drawing, filming, taking photos, editing, non-stop. It's like when I started out, I knew it would be a lot of work, but oh my gosh, it is taking me so long, and it's gonna be worth it in the end, but I definitely underestimated how much work it is. It's way more elaborate than my usual videos. Like the ones I post on YouTube, usually they're like, you know, 10 minutes, maybe, give or take. And it takes like half a day to film and edit those. Sometimes a little longer. But this tutorial I'm working on has already been 2.5 weeks of work. But it's because it's at such a it's much higher quality and caliber and detail than the other ones that I do. So I am allowing myself to be okay with that, and I need to be. It is what it is. I want it to be really, really good. It'll be Skillshare level, you know? Oh, my camera's so shaky. God. Sorry, it's fine, I'm just dying. It was all a big mistake. Never meant to miss the day. So today will be like a little bit of a shorter stream. So the roses on the floor and found the champagne by the door. All my favorite things, they were there except for By the way, can you guys hear the music? Forgot to ask when I started. Today is not paint along day. Why is the bot saying that? You silly bot. The next paint along is going to be on the 18th, which is next Saturday, right? Yeah, next Saturday. And it's gonna be 3 hours earlier than usual, so it's at 3 p.m. in the UK. So check which time zone you're in, because right now we're observing British summertime, so it's a little different than usual. So stupid. Yeah, if you guys want to join for the paint along, please double check your own time zone. So it's 3 p.m., which I believe we're in GMT +1 right now, which is why I wrote that. Yes, which is Woosie's birthday. Happy birthday. You get a paint along. Woosie, you should choose what we're doing for the paint along as your birthday present. The Discord announcement had a paint along graphic, which is why I didn't realize this had started. Oh god, that's so confusing. I don't know why it does that. Because I have an upcoming paint along scheduled, but I thought that was like a different stream URL, and I'm still so confused about how YouTube Live works, you guys. I need a crash course tutorial for it. You're fine with anything though? Well, we could get a handful of references and let you choose. I did want to do watercolor flowers, so anything floral related would work for me. Or if you have a specific reference that you want to use, I would be happy to let you choose it, since you are a paint along OG. Yeah, we're gonna do very spring inspired theme. I need to somehow stabilize my camera. I need like a cross support kind of thing. I don't know how I would do it, but it's so annoying to me that it shakes. Yeah, no worries, Steven. That sounds cool. It's a good idea. Video chat. I did that with some friends in Denver that I hadn't talked to in so long, and it was awesome to catch up, and since we're all stuck at home. I have a question for the artists that are watching. Do you guys find it harder to be creative lately? Or are you embracing this time to do projects you kind of were putting off? Like, for me, I keep going back and forth, but mostly I find it really hard to be creative because I'm so distracted by all the stuff that's going on. Like, I do much better with just diving straight into production mode. Like, if I already had invented an idea that I want to do, I can sit down and do that idea. But if I'm supposed to sit down and actually like be really creative, tap into some new concept or something, like I get so stuck. The beat of the song matched the Minecrafter's pickaxe for the longest while. Wow. Yes, we're well coordinated. We planned that ahead of time, Digital. Like, sitting down and doing a study like this is fine because I'm not inventing it as I go. I mean, a little bit here and there, but you know, I'm doing an actual study, which is mostly about production. So this is the kind of thing I've been focusing a lot on lately. trying to hold my camera steady as I do this. It's a little tricky. So I apologize if it's not working too well. Oh. Yes, thank you, phone. My phone just told me I'm live on YouTube. I know. How nice of you, phone. You're only 30 minutes late. Gonna have to come back in and do the water on this side, and hopefully I won't smudge everything. True, Corbulus, I would have never known. Hello, Furion. You're not late. Well, I started a little while ago. This is all I've done so far. Is this a stream? I was like, yes? Isn't that obvious? I mean, are the rocks on the side of a stream in the picture? Yes, they are. This is my reference photo. So it's a photo I took a couple autumns ago. However, I'm obviously doing a value study of this. So it's a little stream, rock, grasses scene. I hope it'll be more obvious once I actually draw in the water, but first I want to get this stuff done. And I'm currently just using my 2B pencil. Then once this is done, I'll come back in with my 4B pencil and add a lot more contrast. But this is how I like to do it usually, where I lay in my basic composition and my lights and my values, and then I can come back in and like tighten things up and make it pop a little bit more. Because it's a lot easier to add than it is to take away. Oh, that's good, Stephen. Yeah. Yeah, that's like a pretty common thing that you'll see on the edge of water is the rocks will be very slanted. I guess just because of time, of erosion over time. Today's paint-along. It's not a paint-along bot. Holy cow. A group of like 8 people just walked by my window?
Silent treatment in your cup, baby, we don't need to talk.
Okay then.
Sorry if I'm making this hard. Now I'm just wondering where we are.
Guess they haven't heard.
Consequences, but baby, yeah, you know I hate second guessing. I'm just wondering where we are. Drifting into space, keep driving on the freeway. Baby, let me know what you were thinking. Baby, let me know what you were thinking. Overthinking out there in the clouds.
Well, technically, I should be the one telling the bot what to say, but, you know, I'll just blame it on the bot.
Look at me the way you do. Keep giving myself into you. You know that I hate this part. Surprised we ever got this far. We did go throughout the circumstances, but baby, yeah, you know I hate second chances. Surprised we ever got this far. Drifting into space, keep driving on the freeway. Baby, let me know what you were thinking. Baby, let me know what you were thinking.
Hi, Corey. Good morning.
Overthinking out there in the clouds.
How are you today?
On and on for hours.
Surprise bonus stream.
Lately I've been trying to figure out.
All right, I'm gonna try to stabilize my camera while I color this rock in because it's a big one. And it tends to shake a lot.
Baby, how did we ever come this way? I know you don't want to stay.
Hopefully that wasn't too bad.
Down the highway, keep yourself busy on a Sunday. You keep doing you, I do it my way.
This is gonna be my goal for the next week. I'm gonna try to figure out a way to stabilize this camera on my desk better.
Thinking out there in the clouds.
Which I know means I need to build some kind of cross support.
Lately I've
I have to find some bamboo or something.
wonder if you're ever coming down, ever coming down.
You did the sunrise cherry blossom a second time. Oh yeah, the gouache tutorial, the gouache thing. Really good tutorial challenge. Awesome. I'm so glad, Corey. I really love seeing your guys' versions of the Patreon tutorials. Hope you posted it somewhere where I can see it. Morrow, good morning. Hi from Scotland. Hope you're doing well. Are links okay in this chat? I don't know, Corey. We had an issue with that when I first started streaming, but we may have fixed it. It's not a pain to... Oh gosh, dang it, bot. Just spamming the art channel. No. That is literally why that Discord channel exists, is to post art. So don't ever feel like you're spamming. Even if you're the only one posting something, like, just keep doing it. That's why it's there. And just because a lot of people don't respond or post their own stuff doesn't mean they're not looking at it and not enjoying it. Cause like I try to remember to say something when someone posts something, but oftentimes I'm like just kind of scrolling through each chat and I'm like, oh, look what they did. Oh, look what they did. And like, I don't always remember to actually comment, but I enjoy it nonetheless. Like, I mean, I do get it. Like, if I'm the only one posting in certain chats, I'm like, should I like wait until someone else says something? Hello, slave of hell. How are you today? Your first day of vacation. And your almost birthday. Community thing, or how I... Yeah, exactly, Corey. Yeah. I already texted Fiend. First thing I woke up this morning, I texted Fiend. Slept longer. Slave's birthday's on Bunny Day. Yeah.
Tell me where are you now? Are you walking in your sleep?
Is Fiend gonna do a birthday stream?
'Cause this is like a dream, and you're standing next to me. But it's too dark, too dark, too dark. I can barely see your face. It's too dark, too dark. This is too hard. Still I know you're next to me.
Yeah. I mean, I know he's not the hugest fan of birthdays, but I was just curious if he was actually going to stream today. It's one of those unfortunate circumstances where you can't really go out and do stuff for your birthday. So hopefully he'll have fun sharing some time with his online friends, his online community. Yeah. Put a big tree somewhere in this drawing. I was very tempted, honestly, but I am trying to focus on the rocks so that that stays fresh in my mind since I'm currently working on the rock tutorial. But soon we will be all consumed by trees. I can't wait. The next tutorial is all about trees, and I'm so excited. I've been doing a lot of tree drawing at night. Yeah, he's, I think last year was his 40th, right? Time is just flying by, though. It could have been 2 years ago, I don't know. It's ridiculous how the years are just blurring together for me. I don't, what, oh yeah, I'm 35 now. It's an even year. Wolfie and I started binge watching all of The Simpsons again, just because, and we were laughing because the first few episodes, the first season technically, is just so rough. But then we realized like it came out in 1990, I think. 1990? I was like, holy crap, I was 5 years old and he was 2. And I wonder, when it first came out, did they have any idea how immense it would be? Like, did they realize it was this empire? I don't think so. I don't think they did. But I'm glad they stuck with it. '36 here soon, in only a few days. Aw, sweet little baby Lucy. Poor baby. Leslie, hello. Good morning, May. I definitely did not expect to see you here. Oh my goodness, it's early for you. If Lucy's a baby, then what am I at 22? You are not even born yet. No, I'm just kidding. All the little babies in chat. All the babbies. You got up early for you? How did you? I didn't even know I was gonna stream until like 10 minutes before I streamed. How did you know, May? Did you like sense it? You're dreaming and all of a sudden you were like, stream! Dang, May's got the sense. The 8th sense, which is a stream sense. Bye forever, slave. I guess we'll see you in a year. Hello, Anne-Marie. Hello to Sweden from Scotland. Okay, now I need to figure out how I'm going to do these shadows. And I need to come back in and do my 4B, which is the darker lead. If I squint my eyes at this reference photo, the shadows are, the reflections are darker. So I think I'll lay in some shadow with my pencil, but I need to make them softer. So I need a thing. I need the fiend cone. I need the fiend cone. But I guess I can just use paper towel. This is kind of like a makeshift blender where you do something like this. You wrap it around a pencil and then you can move it like that on the paper. I was contacting the mothership. I was actually. That's the actual secret behind my drawing and painting. Whenever I say you should squint your eyes, I'm actually contacting the mothership and they're telling me what I should do next. You figured it out. When is it coming to get you? We'll pick you up on the way to McDonald's. Works pretty well. This is very, very textured paper, so obviously a lot of that texture is going to show through. And I like that. I like the textured look. Actually, we can't pick you up on the way to McDonald's because I forgot all the restaurants are closed. It's the pen. Isn't the pencil look through when you paint? Oh, I'm not painting today, Anne-Marie. I'm just drawing. Hi, Sergio. Yes, if I was gonna paint on top of this, you would definitely see the pencil. Right, 4B pencil. This is the darker pencil. How do you feel about charcoal drawing? I freaking hate it. and I also love it. I really enjoy the look of it. I think it's so tactile, so beautiful, but I hate doing it. It's so messy. Oh my god. We used to do that so much in school, like way back in the day. I think we had the first few weeks when we were only doing values, only black and white, we had a whole section on charcoal and using charcoal on regular paper versus toned paper, and using it with white charcoal versus erasing for negative space. And at that time, like, I wasn't as bothered by the mess because just everything was messy all the time. But now I used it recently. I have charcoal sticks. I got them kind of recently and I was using it a little bit, and just it got everywhere. And then Vader jumped up on my desk and walked through through the charcoal powder, and then he got paw prints all over the place, and I was just like I can't handle this. But I do really, really love how it looks. How often do you guys use charcoal? I feel like graphite is a nice compromise because you can still get some really great textures. Smudge the graphite. Well, yeah, that's the beauty about charcoal, is that it's much more smudgeable. Sorry, my camera's shaking. Bear with me. So dusty. Yeah. Oh. I don't know. Maybe I'll get back into it eventually, but at this time, I'm just not. I can't handle the mess. It's weird because I'm fine with getting paint everywhere. I have paint covering everything I own, but when it comes to dusty stuff, that just bothers me too much. The streamer you really admire is amazing at it, and I feel really inspired. Who is it, Leslie? If you don't mind me asking. Is it Gregory? I know he does a lot of charcoal. It's really beautiful. Imagine what it is for me left-handed that you mess up with pencils. How is it different if you're left-handed versus right-handed? Because either way you have to worry about smudging your hand across the paper, right? I'm gonna draw a landscape and send me the picture. Acrylic or gouache kind of works for me if there isn't much water. Oh, Mike May, yes. Oh my god, he's amazing. Yeah. How do you feel about drawing with crayons? Oh my god, I still need to do that challenge. I think after my tutorial releases, I'll feel much better about doing something kind of like fun and quirky like that. FYI, I mentioned this earlier, but my upcoming tutorial, right now it's the rock one. That's going to be released next Friday. That's the plan anyway. And then the following one is trees, but that'll be a while after that. But between the rock and the tree tutorial, I think I'll take like a short break, like a couple days, just to do whatever the heck I feel like. It's just different when you're lettering. Oh yeah, lettering. I could definitely see that. You're ready with your crayons too? I think it'll be a fun challenge. So if anyone doesn't know what we're talking about, I think it was during my Twitch stream that we started talking about just different drawing materials, and I don't know how it came up, but crayons came up, and I was like, oh, I haven't used crayons in so long. And somehow I ended up saying, if someone buys me crayons, I'll use them for I'll only draw with crayons for a whole week. Of course, May sends me a giant box of crayons. So it was me. It's all on me. Like I know I did it to myself. Yeah. I don't know if that's gonna be all I'll use for an entire week, but I do want to fully exhaust the possibilities of crayons. Like, I want to try using them in every imaginable way, and I want to, like, my real goal is to actually draw a kick-ass drawing with crayons. I want it to not look like a kindergarten drawing. I want it to look like a legit professional drawing, and then when someone learns that it's made out of crayons, be like, huh? How the heck did that happen? That's the goal. So glad you're on right now. It's the best way to wake up. Oh. I thought Folgers in your cup was the best way to wake up. Coffee. Now I want to go make more coffee.
I just wanna go over the details. Let me inside of your mind. I know I just met you, but something tells me that you might be into talking to a stranger with a tattoo. Baby, I'm one of a kind.
You don't drink coffee right away. Oh, so the moment I wake up, I feed Vader, and then I make my coffee. And then about an hour later, I'll make breakfast. That's a good idea, actually. Drink a bottle of water first. you tell them you're painting with colored inks? Ooh. So, like, as in... So, I'm thinking of Wait, what is it? Watercolor inks? What's the thing I just bought? Oh, no. Liquid watercolors. These are the ones that I recently got for my water brushes, which have been an interesting experience. Are you talking about acrylic inks? Or the kind of thing that you would use in a calligraphy pen? When we say crayons, do we mean artist crayons or oil pastels? Maria, we mean Crayola crayons. In fact, not just Crayola crayons. I was sent the jumbo Crayola crayons, which I think is honestly going to be even more difficult. Where did my music go? 1 second, guys. Maybe my speakers just turned off. Thought you wanted to melt them. Oh, I do, definitely. I want to try all the different ways. I want to melt them. One thing I think might be interesting is to draw with the crayon and then use my heat gun and kind of soften it on the paper, and then use a blending technique like this and actually like blend it together. So little weird things like that. I'm going to be trying as many things as I can. And I also thought I could even, like, if I get it thick enough, melt it on the paper, I could scrape away in order to get, like, lighter lines or something. Like, basically drawing in the crayon. Glue crayons. Crayon rain. Oh, I have seen that. Yeah. Excuse me. I've seen those big crayon melts. I don't know what you would call them, but they're like melted down the canvas. They're like running down the canvas. Like a relief. Yeah. We'll try it. We'll see how it goes. Draw with Crayola crayons. You want to play with them too. It's like, if you think about it, it's going back to the very basics of what we did when we were young. When we were really little and all we had were crayons. So that's why it's a fun challenge. So once the first tutorial section drops next Friday, I will dive into some really weird crap. Look at some crayons. I think I might also try some of the other materials that I've had lying around that I haven't used in a long time. It'll be like a really good palette cleanser. Liquid watercolor inks and drawing inks. Okay. I really like the liquid watercolors. They're very, very saturated. But I wish I got more earthy colors. I got like a CMYK kind of deal, and I find it's a little too neon for my taste. But if I'm just using one of the colors, it's okay. Hey, Slave Bell. Welcome back. have to be really careful with how I like rub this on the paper, because you guys know that feeling when someone scratches a chalkboard, or like styrofoam squeaks, or you know, those sounds that literally just like make your skin crawl. For me, I have this really annoying one with paper on paper. So especially soft paper towels or something like this rubbing against the surface of paper. Like literally when I'm watching a YouTube video and someone is like brushing the paper with their hand, I like sometimes have to immediately turn the sound off or like look away. It's so annoying. And this does like a pretty close thing, and I have to go really slow, and I cannot, if I press it too hard or do it a certain way, and it'll just send shivers up my whole body, and it's awful. But if I do small movements like this, it's not quite as bad. And if I press really lightly, you love that sound? Thanks, Slave. Another time waster on my hands. Oh god, Slave of Hell, please save me. I don't know if you were here earlier when I mentioned that Wolfie just got put on furlough. Like today's his last day of work for the next 3 weeks. He has 3 weeks. Then he goes back and switches with someone. But it was like just such a coincidence that it happened to be the same freaking day that Final Fantasy VII Remake comes out. So probably won't leave the couch for the next 3 weeks. Yeah, it's called furlough. So he gets like 80% of his pay. It's through the whole UK government scheme where instead of like all the companies laying people off, they give companies a certain amount of money to put their staff on furlough so that they're home, not out there, not risking spreading the disease, but they don't lose their job. So it's only like a 3-week deal though. Like you can only do it for 3 weeks, then that person will go back and the other people will go home on furlough. It's like, there's lots of specific rules for it, but yeah, that's how it is. Shouldn't you be happy that Wolfie has something to occupy? I mean, yeah, like it'll be fine. It was just funny. The timing was funny. It's like, oh, okay. I mean, he already plays, Elite Dangerous all the time, so I'm used to it. And I was like, as long as it's not super loud and I can still do my work, I don't care. Do whatever you want. The foam, just shivering thinking about it. Oh, yeah. But I did mention to him that now, since he's going to be off for the next 3 weeks, it'll be his job to do laundry and make dinner more often and do the dishes and all of that fun stuff. He made dinner last night. Which reference are you drawing from? I am using this as my reference. This autumn scene. Sorry. So yeah, he made dinner last night, and guess what he made? Mac and cheese, which is fine with me because I love mac and cheese. But I just laughed because no vegetables, mac and cheese, fried avocado, and egg. Like fried egg. I was like, the entire bowl was yellow, like orangish yellow. I was like, maybe next time put a little veggie in there somewhere, get some variety, some nutrition. But I was fine with it because, like I said, I love mac and cheese. One of my favorites. It was homemade mac and cheese, you know, melting all the cheese, mixing all of the ingredients together. It was really good. Don't get me wrong. I was quite happy. But as I was eating it, I was like, really hope I don't have a heart attack right now. There's just so much, or maybe not so much nutrition in it. May, have you figured out a way to stabilize your camera on your desk? It's you making all those dishes that are fast. Oh, I love cooking. I've not like trained at all. I just have learned over the years by experimenting. So, and when I cook, I always want to include something from a lot of different families, like pasta. If I have pasta, I have to have veggies. And I also have to have lentils or some kind of protein. So I always try to think about like the balance of the meal. And Wolfie is just like, let's think of all the ingredients that taste good and put them all together. I even think about the color of the dish. Like when you serve it, it should have a variety of colors. It should never just be like all one color. And I swear, every time he makes dinner, it's always one color. You moved your computer desk because the drawing desk was too wobbly. At least it doesn't look like an earthquake. Yeah, well, for me, this desk is not wobbly, but the arm that holds my camera is. It's one of those arms that just like attaches to the back of the desk and has like, you know, can move, but it's, I think just because it's so long and it's just one arm, there's nothing to stabilize it. so it's always wobbling and it drives me crazy. Like doing a sketch stream, especially like this today, because I'm always going like this with my pencil, of course it's gonna make it shake a lot. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna try to make some kind of cross brace for it. I'll let you know if I come up with anything easy, May, because I'm determined. I'm so sick of it. I'm determined to fix it. What brand of paper do you use? Right now I'm using my Moleskine watercolor sketchbook. I really just want to finish the sketchbook so I don't have to think about it anymore. I don't have to use it anymore. It's not my favorite paper. The only thing I really like painting on it is gouache. Everything else is like, eh. But it's a big sketchbook and I don't just want to put it away if it's unfinished. I want to use it up. So I've been doing lots of studies and stuff in it. Oh, sorry, just read your comment before. Yeah, if I ever miss anything in chat, just feel free to ask again. Okay. So I think I have the overall composition down. Now I want to come back in with some details.
Yesterday there was sun and there was rain, beauty in the mundane. And as the light startled our eyes, we let go of disguise. And now there's something in the air and a sparkly shimmer on our skin.
Favorite among the drawing papers, block or separated, spiral binding. So my preferred drawing paper is plain old bright white computer paper, printing paper. I love it. I have stacks and stacks of it around my house full of drawings. I would prefer if it was all bound together, and I know I could easily do that, but I just don't. So if I had a choice, it would be spiral bound, because I like having, I don't like having this kind of thing, like a binding holding my paper together. I prefer it to feel a little bit looser, but like a spiral bind would still keep it all together, which would be nice. Hey Max, how's it going? So yeah, it's there's something nice about computer paper because there's no pressure. Like, it's not fancy, it's not expensive, you can find it anywhere, and in my opinion it performs wonderfully for drawing. I mean, I'm not talking about watercolor, don't do watercolor on computer paper, but it's so stress-free. I love it. Alright, Veridian, see you later. Have a good day. Hello, Daily Gouache. How are you today? Oh, anxiety from pressuring yourself. Yeah, honestly, I don't know when I started doing it. It was a few years ago, but I have like tons of sketchbooks, and anytime I opened a new sketchbook, I would get first page phobia, and I'd be like, I don't want to ruin this. I'll just wait until I'm ready. Like I'll put it off just for the fact that I don't want to like ruin my sketchbook. It's such a stupid thing, but it just happens. And I think one day I was like, all right, well, I really want to draw, but I don't want to ruin my sketchbook. So I just grabbed a handful of computer paper. And after that point, that's like I sketch on computer paper 90% of the time. Ever since I got my iPad, it's also been a relief, like a stress-free way to draw. Like I don't prefer drawing and painting digitally, but I find so much value in it because it's completely stress-free. Like you can always press undo, you can always just delete your layer, you can always start over. There's no wasting materials, there's no pressure. So I found that ever since I got my iPad, I draw way more at night. But the computer paper thing is an easy, cheap version of that. See you later, Gator Pix. Graphic designer and just needed a nudge. Well, that is amazing to hear, Max. How is it going? Are you doing it a lot more often? What kind of was there a mind shift that happened? What am I trying to say? Like, how has it benefited you to get back to drawing and painting by hand? I think that's fascinating. To be honest, I have learned my progression as an artist has been faster ever since I started doing digital and traditional. Like when I switch back and forth between traditional and digital art, like both require you to think about things in such a different way that I think it forces me to learn faster, like in a lot of different areas. Whether it's like with digital, the fact that you can move layers around, that always blew my mind. And I think it forces me to think about my traditional painting differently because I understand the layers in a new way. I don't know, it's hard to explain, but I honestly feel like it made such a big impact on my growth. Something I never expected. I always thought if I did digital, I would suck at traditional, and if I only did traditional, I would suck at digital. But it's they kind of go hand in hand, and they force me to grow so much as an artist in different ways. Computer paper, it's the what you put in a printer. Yes, exactly. It's this. Like seriously, just cheap computer paper wherever you can find it. I use bright white paper. £80, I think, is the weight. Okay, Where was I? Tree. I'll probably end the stream soon. I didn't want it to be a super long stream. I wanted to just offer something since I don't have time to make a full video this week. It's crazy how I can do a stream for 1 or 2 hours and it still takes way less time than making an actual video that I upload to YouTube that ends up being 6 minutes long. Like, what is that? I think because, well, for maybe, I don't know why, I take probably at least a half a day to make a 6-minute video. But I love hanging out with you guys and chatting, and this is a lot of fun. Try to do this more often. Hopefully the sun comes back out, because I would love to be able to go sketch during my daily walk. What programs do you use for digital? I use iPad and Procreate combo. So last night I was working on some tree drawing, and I've been practicing a lot of value stuff, like trying to force myself to color is so much fun, but I really want to like do monochrome studies this month. And so this is actually, you can see layer by layer. An example of one of my daily studies. And mostly using, for a while I was only using line art, and then I decided to add some like grayscale stuff in there, but keeping it very like chunky style shading, you know? You need to think about the highlights up front because you're channeling ordered your first moleskin. Water paints just dove in. Oh, Max, that's awesome. First time with you here. Well, I'm so glad you were able to make it to a live stream. Excuse me. And if anyone wants to hang out more live for a live stream, I'll be streaming on Twitch on Monday, and that one is a longer stream. I try to at least go for 4 hours on Mondays, and if I can go longer, I do. So hopefully I'll see some of you guys then. This is one of those drawings where I just want to keep going and going and going and going forever. UK are better for in time zone? Yeah, I'm in the UK time zone, so what days do you live stream and when does it start? So I stream on Mondays on Twitch, and lately I've been starting at 10 a.m. my time, so that's 10 a.m. in the UK, and trying to go for over 4 hours, but you know, if you at least come in during that 4 hours, you'll see me, and then I'll try to keep going. And then before this, all this crazy pandemic stuff happened, I was also doing a live stream on YouTube on Fridays, like today. But then with being stuck at home more often and realizing that my income, my income definitely took a hit from it all. I've been trying to explore new avenues of income, and I've been wanting to create more in-depth tutorials that will not just be for like right now, but years and years to come. So that's a huge undertaking. It's it requires so much work to do like a really in-depth professional tutorial. So that is taking up tons of time, and it means I have been streaming a lot less. I'm gonna do plein air in these weird times. I am. As soon as it stays a little nicer out, we've been having crazy, suddenly warm days and then suddenly really cold days, almost frosty. So I never really know what to expect, but hopefully one of these days it will align where I am not streaming, I'm able to go outside, and it's not pouring out. So stay tuned on that. And yeah, regarding the tutorial stuff, like for the longest time I've been wanting to do a professional tutorial that is like Skillshare worthy, and so that's been my goal for this coming tutorial. And man, I definitely underestimated how much time and effort it takes. But this first one has taught me so much, and hopefully they'll just get much better and easier to produce in the future now that I've done it once. But if you guys consume a lot of Skillshare classes and other professional tutorials, if you've never made one yourself, it's hard to know how much effort went into it. It's hard to realize how much time. Like, the length of the tutorial does not correspond to how much time it took to make it at all. So I have like such a newfound respect for people who do these kind of things. Alright guys, I think that is gonna be it for me today. Hope you had fun hanging out and got some sketching in yourself, or at least just relaxed. So I'll call it here. Just as a reminder, I'm streaming on Monday on Twitch, but then the paint along is going to be on the 18th here on YouTube, 3 p.m. here in the UK, so double check your time zone. We'll be painting watercolor flowers, which is going to be fun. And yeah, I guess I'll see you guys around. So have a wonderful night, everyone. All right. See ya.